Hi, I'm Tom Hignite. This is another one of our guerrilla shoots, which means non-scripted, non-rehearsed. Whatever lighting we get, whatever flubs I do, you get. Behind me is a DT2100, a Dream Series home. It's blue and it has a pillar look to it, and it has something that looks vaguely familiar to the house that's over here, because it is also a DT2100, and the DT2100 here is in blue, but it has similarities. Same color roof, same color stone, same color secondary colors, so same colors in a lot of areas. But step a little closer, take a look at this house. This house is going to be closed on in another day or so, just a couple of days. We have to move out all the stuff now. We're starting to move the things out. But take a look at what we did to this home. This is an unusual lot because it slopes up. And we've built all the homes, including the one over here and the one over here, and 4 of them on the other side of the street. You can see the green one there. And if you look over here a little bit, this is a golden house. We're using primary colors, sort of. You know, this is our yellow house, which is actually gold. This is our red house, which is actually a deep maroon. And by the way, that first gold house is another DT2100. This is an R1500 or 1600, but we put a second floor on it, so it becomes a ranch 2-story. The house at the end, which is very far away, is green, and it is the same house as the red house. But you can see we're doing these bold colors: green, blue, red, yellow, or sort of a different color green. We're running out of colors. This house over here is very unusual because a lot of times, you know, we joke with people that, yeah, we're going to choose purple for your house, and ha, isn't that funny? And who would ever make a purple house? Well, this is the closest I've ever come to building a purple house. It doesn't look purple maybe from where you are, but if you get a little closer, you're going to see that it is actually a color that is called eggplant. So it has a really pleasing color palette to it, I think, and hope you do as well. But it's just one of the choices you can do. Our sprinkler is gone off. This is perfect guerrilla shooting because we're going to maybe be shooting through water, but maybe not. These are all set on timers. One of these hit the hill a little bit too heavy and kind of washed down a little bit. But continuing with the tour with the sprinkler in the background, you can see we just planted all the grass. This sloped up lot. Step over to that side if you can, Mr. Cameraman, and let's take a look at what we did to the side of this house. If you can go on the sidewalk, maybe you'll get a better picture. You can see how you've got this sloping up. Yeah, there we go. Step around that side. I can't step on here because it's a little bit wet, but you can see how we took our garage is actually only about a 4.5 or 5 foot high wall in the back. We've had to make a concrete side to our garage, so the back is a heavy slope. And that means, well, how are we going to get out of the back of the house and use our backyard? Because it is a substantial sized backyard. Come and take a look. We'll show you what we did instead. There are always alternatives. While we're out here, look at what we did with our concrete. We'll change subjects just for the moment. We'll get back to the sloped one. See how we've got this kind of starting wide, maybe 6-7 feet wide from here to here. If you can see how the cracks were made into the concrete. We brushed the brooming and did a shadow box, as it's called, around the outside, so that you have a smooth area and a rough area. But we're inviting you into the house, at least mentally here, by making a wide sidewalk, and we're coming up a little narrower. See how it goes narrower, and it goes down to about 4 feet wide, but it starts out very wide, and you see how that kind of invites you into the house. This is a little bit of a patio area up here, and as we're coming closer, and while you're in that vicinity, we'll show you where that patio is going to go. But let's take a look over here. We've got this beautiful siding here, which has a there we go, which has that purple tint to it, or a eggplant color, with the black shutters. I think that looks real classy. This is a wheat color. They now call it something else, at Norandex type siding from Symington type window products we get from our friends at Norandex right out of Milwaukee. So this is Woodsman Select is their the quality level on this, and you've got the real trim cedar. It just looks very pretty with what we've done here with mixing these colors. The secondary color is a neutral color, the tan color. So let's walk over here. I'll put my back to you. Take a look at what we have going on here. We've done some really nice trim work. Look at this secondary piece of trim on here, thanks to our friend Tim Montoyfeld, great craftsman. You see how these corners are all mitered. They're not just a block that's been put on with a raw edge showing. They've actually been picture framed or mitered so that you have a really nice edge to them here. We're not just slapping together pieces of wood to make a box here. We're actually really doing a very good craftsman-like job on this situation all the way through here. We have a small patio here. Very welcoming sort of a thing. It's not a real deep porch, only 4 feet deep, but this area here is much wider. You have your 4-foot sidewalk, which started wide and got narrower, and then a 3-foot sidewalk that kind of overlaps. And you see where this goes. We were building this in the woods when we started. We still have a few of those trees left over. This is an amazing area that was built into the woods. As a matter of fact, if I get you real dizzy, if you spin around and look right behind us directly in that direction, this is kind of how this lot looked. Sloping up from the road, you can see how this lot felt, kind of like the one we're on now, and it's very hard to envision putting a house on it. Come around and spin around this way. A lot of people don't buy these lots very early because they think that there's no way to really use them with the standard houses they're looking at from other builders, because standard homes generally have the backyard on the back. In this one, we put our backyard on the side, meaning where you're going to use a patio. If you can't walk out 4 feet up in the air, you're going to have to do something else to use your patio. So you see how this nicely comes around. We've saved the trees here so that we can have this nice kind of a privacy wall. And if you come around a little further, you'll see that this is a patio. Here we have approximately 12 feet by almost 25, 26 feet or so going this way. That little puddle is compliments of a broken hose that's coming, pointing right this direction. So, but if you step on the patio, it's not squirting too much over here. Get an angle of this. A lot of homes are not built with architecture that goes in all directions. They're only built with architecture that goes on the front of the home. In ours, we're going in all directions, meaning on the sides of the homes we have some things going on. So take a look at the side of this home. We have our shutters on the side. We have our big boards going around windows. We have the boards underneath the windows. If you look way up, you'll see that we have a lot of detail up in our peak. And by the way, there's a big hint. That's the 3rd floor. This is a 3-story version of this house because we've taken and finished out the attic area. So more fun and excitement to get to. But back to my original idea of the slope. We keep bouncing around here. So we built this wall going up. You can see how this concrete wall, if you want to stand in that corner over there, let's get a picture from that corner. There you go. You can see how far away this is. What a beautiful, beautiful area this can be. We have some smaller bistro tables out here, which is very nice. And I want to trade places with you. If you would, come on over and take a look over here, because while you're coming here, I also want you to see how we cut out this wall and put in these steps. And I'm going to trade places if you can go right up those steps. Take a look at how beautiful the backyard is. The back garage wall way over there, you can maybe lean over and get that without our cameraman getting his feet all muddy. We could have another patio up here, and this patio could be joined into this patio. So here we have this retaining wall, a side yard patio. Let's shoot in the other direction. Let's see how it looks from there. I always like to get 4 corners of a room for video's sake, so I'm going to step way back here, get a little water on me here maybe, so you can see how nice this can be. Now, we would recommend, if we hadn't sold the home, that we would have put tall arborvitaes right here to kind of block you. Can you go in the last corner over there, Mr. Cameraman, and just get the... You can see how you can see the road from here? Well, maybe you don't want to see the road, or a diesel truck like that coming by, so you can put the blockage right here with tall arborvitae and really create a wall here that would be beautifully done. We have a patio door here. The patio door lets you get, this is locked, so we'll go around the other way, but the patio door lets you get in and out and onto the side patio. This, you may or may not have seen on our homes before. This big window here is an indoor-outdoor television area, 55-inch size. It's really just an ordinary window. But on the back side, you're seeing a blank wall. There's an alcove we push a big 55-inch TV into, and then you can wire out some speakers out here. We actually have some wire points where those can come out. We have some spotlights here to light up the area, and it just makes a really nice area to hang out, watch TV. Now, because we were building the house next door, we had this one in mind. If you could stand right over here, please, and take a look at how it looks when you walk out the patio door. This is what it looks like. This house here, we knew was going to be viewed from this house. This window is a garage window. So we had the luxury of making sure that this house was going to have privacy. We liked the green color because it had a real natural look to it. So if you decided to plant some things here, the green goes with that so well. So this is was all thought about as we own all the homes, and we're designing all the homes together as one package. Let's walk around to the front door. Let's go into the house, past the leaky hose, and get an idea of how this feels as you're walking around here. Let's straighten out our rug a little bit. There we go. Push that down. Front door of the house here. Some nice, this is a little bit of a farmhouse look to it. You know, we do a lot of these homes in different versions on the front, and this has a modest sized front porch. People ask me a lot of times, why do we only come out 4 feet? Why don't we come out 6 feet? If you come out over 4 feet, the brackets that are poured that connect your porch to your house have to be no longer brackets. You have to do a full foundation with footings. So that's why a lot of times you'll see these shorter porches. I call these rain porches. They're good to keep out of the rain while you're getting your keys. They're not really great for sitting on with the old front rocking chairs, and you want to be a little deeper. So I'm going to kick off my shoes here, and hopefully I don't have a wet rug here, wet from the sprinklers. No, not too bad. And allow you to come on in, get a good view. You stay right there in the foyer. And I'm going to step way back here because I want you to get a good impression. This is first impression of the home. So give a little bit of a twist that way, a little bit of a twist this way. You know, just kind of see. This is where your eyes going when you come in the house. There it is over here. Okay. All right. Now that you've gotten that first impression, let me tell you what this is. This is about a 16-foot wide by about 30-foot long great room, located on the side of the home instead of on the back of the home, which we also have available in this home in various configurations. But the side one works really great because of our slope situation. You see we have the fireplace here. We have a, why don't you step over in that direction for a moment. I'm going to show the folks what we're doing here with our lighting. I think the lighting is something that really brings this alive, and I don't know if you can see it real well. Fortunately, we have an overcast day, so these windows are not blinding you with sunlight, but there's sunlight all the way through this whole wall and on the front and on that side. These, I call them archways, even though they are square. These archways are meant to be backlit. You can maybe see that better over here. See, if you come a little closer, let me show you the angles and the detail on this. If you look up inside here, take a peek right behind here. We have these track lights, okay? Oh, you're going to get blinded now. And look down in that direction. See the track lights are being hidden by this picture frame. Now go right back to where you were. Well, look at this corner here first, because we have an angle going on. Okay, this is fatter. This angling back, if you can catch that, there's just a little bit of a square corner there, and a little roundness here, half-inch radius, and a square right here. So we're using square, rounds, splayed, which is what that's called. We're also using plaster crown mold. You take a look up here, and this is not really plaster, but it appears to be. It's made out of a drywall product. It's not wood. It looks like wood, or plaster rather, but it's so we're really doing a lot of heavy detail to the home. If you were to look at these light channels or these square arches that have lights behind them, they kind of surround the room. They have it on this side and on that side behind you, and you don't have to get dizzy and look at that right now. This is the fireplace, and right over there is the alcove for that TV we were talking about that you could see outside. Okay, see that 55-inch? So you can put the TV in this way, or you can come and put the TV in the other way. Take a look at the mantle, what we've done here. I think this is beautiful, the way we've got this detail put on here. with the square corner, square bottom, a big rounded edge, the square up on top, and here it's a very rich looking detail, unusual looking detail as well. If you look over here, you see the backlighting. Some of our lights, I think, are burnt out, but you see, you get the idea. We've got the backlighting going all the way around. We have this little drop here, how this is coming down. It's coming down to give a little sense of intimacy. Take a look at how we've painted things. We have not just taken one color, does everything. We've taken just this one wall, segregated it out, made it a little bit of a medium dark tan, and then kept our white or off-white here and on the other wall on that side, so that this becomes somewhat of an alcove. When you stand back just a couple of more steps there, and as a seating alcove, it's kind of comfortable to have that. There you go, have a seat. It has comfort because we have this alcove that goes in and feels a little bit more intimate with the slightly lowered ceiling. You'll also notice from that point of view, I'll stand up, you can stay seated. From that point of view, you can see how we have painted the ceiling here a darker color. So even though this is a big 30-foot long room, we've tried to segregate this area a little bit with the color. Now I'll make you stand up. And if you could stand up and go back, well, right from that position, take a look at what we have here. We've dropped this down so that it's a little lower, put the moldings around it, dropped this down, did this triangle, so that we have this. Now step over to where I am right here, right wall. Put your back right up against here and take a look at the opposite side. Normally you'd have your TV going up here. If you look closely, and I tilt this forward, there is some outlets up here for hanging your TV on, a cable and an electric outlet. And your gas fireplace here, you can have a wood fireplace, but this is a gas fireplace. Fido is down there. And our dog, our dog. But you see how we've made this area so that it has, this is actually a couch area, but a love seat would work well. Our warehouse didn't have a love seat that matched this contemporary look, so we have a chair. Keeps it nice and wide open. What you have is the ability to put a couch, love seat, another couch over here. Everybody can see the TV. Everybody can see the fireplace. So it's a 3-couch great room. Notice the detail of a cut-off angle here. The reason that cut-off angle is there is because if I'm seated here and want to talk to somebody sitting in that couch, I don't want that corner out here. I want that energy to be open between us. If you took a couple steps back in that direction, let me show you what we have underneath this couch. These pillows will fall forward as I tilt this forward, so I'll put those down there. Take a look what's under the couch. The under the couch is a floor outlet. So you have the ability to plug in a light, in this case, on that side, without tripping over cords. Because if you have free-floating furniture, where the furniture is essentially away from the walls, in order for me to plug that in, I'd have to be tripping over cords. If you wanted to do a Christmas tree in the middle of the room, works great. So we have a nice carpeted area here. I want to tell you there's a plus and a minus to carpet. What we've done here is we put the carpet in because it really makes the house feel warm, I think. And the echo is so much brought down. We often do this home where it's completely hard surface floor here, whether it be tile or wood or laminate or what have you, because it allows you to push the furniture in more positions. But it really echoes the room. So the carpet absorbs a lot of the sound, and amazingly different when you have carpet. Take a look at the dining area. If you can gather how this is. By the way, this is a laminate floor, and if you can see it, it has a little bit of an imperfect surface to it, so it's not perfectly flat. It's got a little grooving to it as well, so it's not just, you can see every joint. It's a wide 5-inch, but even though it looks like it's hand scraped, this is a very good imitation being done in laminate today. Laminate wears a little better, but it's like countertops. Okay, it doesn't quite have the charm yet of a real wood type product. This is 13.5 feet long going this way. So while we have this set up as a 4-person table, easy 6, a tight 8 going this way, and we have this beautiful little alcove, again backlighted, as we were talking about the backlighting going all the way around the room. Imagine that at night, seeing all the backlighting and keeping the rest of the lights off in the room. Really, really pretty. This is a place to put a hutch or a buffet area, and you can see the window that's behind here, and you can see how 1 foot below, about right here, is where we have the grass starting for the backyard. The backyard is right there. Going and looking at the kitchen area, you can step back just one step there. You can see how we've mixed the colors. This is granite. Ubatuba is the name of the color, a very common color, dark color. We have the dark Kona, or the darker, like an espresso type look on this cabinet, but we ran the lighter or the medium colored wood, which is, we call that clove. So we're mixing that in, because here you have a black appliance, built-in microwave stove would be here, and we've used the Kona right here, or the espresso color right here. So we've done something else a little different. We've put the chrome handles. Chrome is making a huge comeback in Miracle Homes and on the east and west coast. A little slower to come back into Wisconsin, but very classy looking, has sort of a retro look. Instead of putting the handle here going up and down, we put the handle in chrome going in that direction, so everything's kind of going this way. And you'll see that over here, and you'll see that over here, and you'll see that over here. We have a door that opens up, even though this is spaced in the middle. Again, with the black, I think it just looks very classy. Certainly can use any color you want if you like a different color, oil rub bronze or brushed nickel. A couple of these lights are burnt out, but this again is keeping in track with what we did with the surrounding square arches with the backlighting. See how this detail here, how this has an angle going this way, and in. Take a look at the base and how we did that. Isn't that beautiful? It's just a beautiful detail, I think, with the way that all works out. And it is a lot more work to do that than a square room, but it is amazingly well accepted when you see that in person and see how this all flows and works together. Deep stainless steel sink to pull out here. You know, you have the spray or the stream, and deep bowl on that side, a little bit shallower on this side. We call this a 60-40 split. And a lot of drawers, a lot of lighting up here. Now we've also taken that lighting idea and we've run it back here. So remember that whole side of the room and this whole side had backlighting? Well, this side does too. You can see that up here. So the room has a perimeter of light. And at night, I mean, you can see it a little bit here, but at night it's really something. Okay, when we came in, I want to go to all four corners of this room. If you could go in that corner over there, and let's shoot. I'm going to go all the way back to here. You can get a good idea, if I come in the front door, as to where this is all about. Okay, here's my front door. Now, I want you to walk all the way over into that corner, get a glimpse of what that looks like. You'll be looking right through that plant centerpiece over there. But there it is there, and I'll go into this corner over here underneath this lighted archway. And then I want to trade places with you opposite over here, if you would. So there you go. Ring around the rosy. Go into that corner, and I'm going to go into this corner. Okay, there we are, way over on this side. And getting a good idea of this whole room and what it all lays out like. There are some surprises on this side, so I'll let you come back to where we were in the kitchen. The surprise here is kind of a small detail, but I think works real nice. You can get a counter depth refrigerator, but counter depth refrigerators generally stick out, I mean, flush with the counter, but they don't have a lot of room inside because, you know, they're shallower. Here we've created this extra 5-6 inches of space, so you can get a normal depth refrigerator, have it come out just in front of here because you want your hinging to happen in front of here. You don't really want it to be counter depth. You want it to be a little bit further out, but not much. So this is a full depth refrigerator, and it has that sort of a counter depth look. Here's another little detail back here. If you could swing around and take a look. Take a look at my cabinets back here. I have a big drawer here. It costs a little nice extra money, but we don't charge a nickel more for that bigger drawer. It's just a nice big drawer. And this is not the same. We could have done the drawer up here too, but this is set up with garbage in it right now, I'm afraid. But if this wasn't in there, you'd see that we have cords and things back here. And you can actually have your TV is hooked into this area so that you can run your TV that's over the fireplace with your DVD player from here. We don't have this room set up for surround sound, but you could. So the outdoor TV and that TV, DVD players or whatever the new contraption is going to be, can go in there. If you take a look in this direction, this is one of the last highlights I think of in this kitchen, and it's a big pantry, a big walk-in pantry. And so I'm going to trade places with you here. You just walk in and take a peek. That can stay open all the time. It has several shelves in it. This is the new pewter shelving, pewter colored, I should say. So it has this kind of a silver color instead of the white. This big box on the bottom is kind of unusual. That's actually a little secret thing we'll show you on the other side in a moment as to why that box is there. Okay, 2-foot door over here. And we're going to go around out here and take a look at what we've got going here. Yeah, stand right there and look back at this hallway, if you would. If you can stand and look at that hallway. This is directly centered to the coming in from the back door. Now, when you come in from the back door of a home, this is going into the garage, I want you to have sort of an experience like you're coming in from the front door of a home as well. You want to have a central thing you're looking at, some sort of a centerpiece, so that your eye goes to it and focuses on it. In this case, if I traded places with you right now, and let's do that, I'll show you what you'd be seeing if you were coming in from the back door. If you're coming in from the back door, okay, spin around, you're seeing the patio door centered right on your entrance in, which isn't a bad thing to see a view as soon as you come in the back door. So while you've walked back there and you've kind of seen what we have going, we have a nice easy traffic path. Your back right now where you are is up against 4 or 5 feet up against the door coming in from the garage. So if you were going to come in from the garage, you could go in and use the basement stairs over here. This is a basement stairs, but you can also, trust me, we'll see the basement stairs in a minute. You can also come right in and use the bathroom or the powder room. You can also come in and use this room. This room here is, I will call it an indescript room because it's a multifunctional room. I love this glass, by the way. I don't know if you can pick that up. This is rain glass. It is not a cheap date, as I've heard used the term, but it is beautiful. It has an obscured feel to it where you really can't see, but if you come close, you certainly can. But if I go this way, I can't see anything, but it lets the daylight pass through. So we have a pocket door here. Optional item. Many of the items in this house are optional. Please don't go to your salesperson and say, but Tom showed it to me and it should be standard. It's not the case. Ask the salesperson what's standard. Those things change all the time. I'm just showing you things I love and things we did. So this room is generally a powder room, meaning it doesn't have a shower or a bathtub. In this particular house, we optioned this. This one of the few we've ever built for a model that has this shower stall here. Because that room I just showed you with the rain glass on it behind you, which you will see again in a moment, that could be used as a first floor bedroom. I'm not saying a master bedroom, it doesn't quite have that, but as a first floor bedroom it could definitely be used, and we put this right across the hall from it. We have this beautiful little vanity here. I love this little vanity. It's got the curved doors on the top, and it's just enough here to put a few things in, toilet paper, whatnot. And look at this. I'm gonna move the plant here. Isn't this nice? Little waterfall faucet. There you are. Hot, cold, very contemporary looking, which I think the whole house has that contemporary feel and look to it. Over here is the toilet, and not much to see there, I'm afraid. It's just a toilet, but we've done the beautiful design in here. You see how we've done the color over here, a little different. We did a can light over there, or a recessed light, and over here we have more of a conventional light over this beautiful little vanity furniture piece. And I'm going to swing around you here if I might. Right across the hall, remember I showed you this this door, which by the way has a lock on it. If we wanted to lock it, we could. If you come across here, take a look at the size of this room. This room is very often used as a dining room, but it's just as often used as a den. This light, of course, says dining room because it's hanging down low, but if you took out that light, mounted it up high, This room is about 11 feet by 14 feet, 12 and a half feet if you want to count this little inset or bump out. But normally when this room is built, this does not have a closet here. And I mean, I just think this room has worked out so wonderfully because we have a closet here. We could have put more shelves in if you really wanted to have this be a dining room closet or a game closet. Let's say this was going to be a TV room. This multi-purpose room could be a TV room. We have this alcove here, and you could put TV in there. The size, the location of the room, being that we have the pocket door over there, which is right off of the back hall, and it's right off of the kitchen. Remember, it kind of splits, back hall, garage, kitchen. This could be a wonderful room for use of as a den or as a dining room because it's near the kitchen. It's also near the front door. So here we have this rain glass door again here, which is very similar to the other door you saw over there. I'd like you to stand for a moment just over here on this edge here, because look at where you were with the camera a moment ago. The camera was right over here. And also, if you would, stand over and show where that bathroom is located. Okay? See the bathroom, how it's located right there? I just think that's really great. It has a nice visual. Notice how we don't see the toilet when the door is left open, but we see that nice piece of furniture there done in the darker cappuccino color again. And we close this up here. There's that rain glass. Gives us good privacy as we do that. And the elephant in the room, as they say, meaning the obvious thing in the room, are these inset panels. The way we've done this room is really quite special. We've done this using multi-level drywall. And this is a piece of drywall that's been added on to another piece of drywall. So the whole room is first of all drywalled, and look at all the detail here. This is drywall, this is drywall, this is drywall, this is all drywall. This is painted in a semi-gloss paint. So what do we have? We have a wonderful look of painted wood, square edge drywall, angled drywall. Look at the ceiling, how we've done that. This is a layer of drywall here and here. These insets are done with a texture on them, so they have an orange peel. So this is texture, the darker grays, while this is all smooth. If you ever did smooth drywall, you know that is not something easy to do. So we have the smooth drywall coming around, the textured drywall. Look at how we've done over the door with the little inset piece. Just a really pretty thing, how we've done this. If you want to step in the other corner, then we want to go to all four corners again if we can, and really get a look at this room. Let's take a look at the ceiling and at how this wall kind of comes in a little bit and has that nice kind of, this is not a box room, because so many rooms are just made as one big box, and it just works out so beautifully. Now let's go in the other corner over here. Try to get that four corner thing going. I'll move this off to the side so that you can get the real idea of what this room looks like in the view. And I don't know if I got all four corners, but I think I got at least three good ones there. So we'll go through to this direction one more time. And candy wrapper on the floor. We've got a view there. If you can step back just a couple of steps. See how this centers on the foyer. This is the front door again coming in. Okay? The sprinkler's still going. Front closet. We didn't really look at this one. That's why I'm bringing you around this way. Method to my madness sometimes. Here you have the front closet as you come in, a nice roomy closet. In some houses, if this is a lake lot and we were going to have this house sideways, we would make that our back of our house. Sometimes we take out the ceiling. We make this a double high ceiling. We'll put this to a half closet so it's only this tall, so when you come in you instantly see the view. So many things we can do. One more detail. Come over here. I love this detail here. This is a half wall, and it could be a very boring half wall and a very economical half wall, but it's really not. Let's step over on this side. This is taking some of its cues from what we did in the dining room. So we have this inset wall panel here. See how that is? This is textured. This is all smooth. It looks like rich woodwork, but it is all drywall. And we've got the ceramic tile on the floor. Just a very nice look. What did we not see on the first floor? Two things. We didn't see the laundry room and that one surprise I was going to tell you about in the pantry. So let's take our time so that you can feel what it feels like to walk through the home. let's go back again to the back hall. By the way, we're coming, get your bearings. Here's the basement stairs I teased you about a little while ago. And let's come into the laundry room, okay? This is what goes out into the garage, which is stuffed full of things. It's a warehouse for all of our houses. When we sell houses, the stuff, the furnishings, goes into the next big garage. So take a look at the laundry room. This is a vinyl floor, but believe me, if you were here, you would be hard-pressed. You'd have to reach down to touch it to tell that this is a vinyl floor. They wear very well. This is, of course, could be ceramic or what have you, but it's not. It's vinyl. We have a really big counter here, very deep. Certainly could put some hanging there, but we have some hanging over on this side. Pewter shelves again. Washer, dryer, go right here. You can see the washer part, the dryer vent right here. And the reason for that pantry item, okay. The bathroom is here, the pantry is over here. If you look here, so you stand right over here, we have stairs. We've kind of taken the stairs here, and this is the bottom of the pantry shelf. It kind of goes this way and this way. It allows us to walk underneath here into the basement from this door that goes into the garage. The garage is over here, and there's the door. And we have this nice window right over here, which gives us, again, this is the back of the house, which is up pretty high with the grass, but we built the concrete wall up almost to that window. So while you're in here, turn around, get your bearings, take a look at what you have. Now, if that stairs wasn't there, this room would be quite a bit larger, it'd be 4 feet bigger yet. But plenty of room here to hang some things, to put some things. Let's see what that garage looks like, because this garage is stacked to the ceiling full of things. I'm going to let you take a little peek out here. Okay. Ceiling. This is a 30-foot deep garage. We call it a 4-space garage because it's like a tandem double deep. You've got the garage door over here. If you go all the way over to this side, you'll see that you have the back of the garage here. Here's our concrete wall. It's up here 4 feet or better. And if you just peek over to the side just a bit, here you go. This is the wall this is the going to the basement area. And I'm going to do that with you right now. We normally would go down to the basement the other direction, but let's throw convention to the wind and let's go down this way. I'm walking right underneath the pantry, that little box shelf that you saw. Pick up a piece of wood here so you don't trip. So come on down. And if I were to go straight, I would get into the finished area of the basement. So if you're having a party or something, you could use that stairs to come down here. A lot of stairs that go to the basements are built into the garage space. They build an extra space. We're actually using the house area on this to build this garage, so it's not bad. As you come down here, take a look at the amount of space that we've utilized. You stay right there. I'm going to go way over here again because that's always the best way to show you how big a room is. And this is our utility area. So the utility area can be reached right from the stairs. You can come down here, storage. This thing in the floor is for a future drain for a bathtub. This is for a future toilet, and this is for a future sink. If I were to put a wall here, and here, and here, and put my toilet, my shower or tub, and my sink under here, we've already equipped this with a door that goes in here. So this is to be the bathroom door from the finished area. Isn't that beautiful? So, one door coming right down from the stairs. 2 doors going into this area. The third door is over here. By the way, if you did not have a stairs coming down from the garage, remember how convenient it was to come in from the back door and go right down, just a short walk, carrying boxes and things down? We always like to keep a door at the bottom of our stairs that go into the unfinished areas, so you don't have to walk through the whole house, or through the whole basement rather, that's finished to get to your storage area. So right at the bottom is the storage. And come on in. You guys dizzy yet? I know I am. I was born that way, I've been told. There we have the stairs going up. And this is going up to the kitchen. So you see how that's working? And you looked down there before. All right, you stand there. You've just come down the main basement stairs, and I'm going to stand over here to give you the full impression. I just think this is a wonderful room. It's a wonderful room. It's set up very nicely for watching TV or just for being a gathering area. This is set up over here to be your theater wall. So you have these outlets mounted up high here that you can put a large screen TV. And why don't you look at while you're in that area, look at the bar area here. Notice how we have spot to put our stools going all the way around. This area here has a sink. It has a cabinet here with a drawer, and this cabinet with drawer is fit to have the TV controls in here for the DVD player. And again, it's not set up for surround sound, but it's a fairly simple way to set this up for surround sound down the road. And another cabinet here. Cabinets going all the way across the back here. I like to call this a double theater because we have a wall here where you could put a very large screen on this wall, but we also have a wall, of course, over there, which is a natural for that sort of thing. But so therefore, if you had someone who wanted to play video games and some other folks who wanted to watch the ball game or Christmas specials and ball game, or what ball game and ball game, you could have all your people seated here watching this. These people could spin around and watch that, so you could be sitting at the bar. This area here has nothing going on, but this can become a stove. If you look at one of our videos of a Germantown home, you'll see that it's essentially the same home, but that house is way over the top on steroids. Everything's curved in here. Here, everything's square. So go on over to the 3-story in Germantown video and take a look at how this looks in that version. Only that's a flipped house. Garage is on the other side. Okay, this hole here is your sump pump. Now, we would normally put a refrigerator in here and slide it out. So you can slide it out on its wheels and get to the sump pump. We've left this area kind of wide open. It's also great because if you were going to play cards at the table, at the bar, the bartender can never get close enough to shake dice or to play cards reasonably. This is sort of that bartender's area where you can sit here, people over here, and play cards with them without having to work over a countertop. So different ways to do things, just another thought. And you also have a lot of space here to store, 24 packs of various beverages. So back over into this room, we like to do the 4-corner thing. So if you could walk over in that corner, you'll see how this, when we do a finished basement, even if it's what I would consider on the simple side, which I would consider this on the simple side, we still do a lot of elaborate things. There are things that are unusual. And what you're seeing here is, if you look at the way that I explained the bar to you and how that works with the electronics behind it, with the cutaway there, with, if you look over here, how we put the vinyl floor underneath here, but we've also then put the carpet here. So when you come to the bottom of the stairs, you're walking on carpet. And if you step around here just a little bit more, you'll see how we extended this vinyl so it came way out here. So if you wanted to, you could be seated like this with a drink and not spill stuff on the carpet. So we're thinking about things like that. If we put vinyl in the whole area, it's not quite as warm. One of the things that is really interesting to do is we can set up the furniture any way you want. It's a big open room. If you push this a little forward, you could put a table here. Very interesting idea there. Look at the alcoves on this wall. We just didn't put a flat wall and put a door here. We alcoved this in. This is that bathroom door I was pointing to a little bit ago. For a future bathroom, we could have just left it blank or just done it flat. See how we've done another alcove here. And this alcove allows us to push a chair inside of it or to put some bookshelves in it, some lighting here. This is another alcove over here. And look at the way we've mixed our paint. We've taken the dark door, we've imitated it with dark paint, dark paint, dark paint. We've done the surrounds out of the light. Over here, we've taken the medium dark grayish tan and put that in here. Some people might call that taupe. And we kind of imitated this little area here. It's just a lot of thought given to how the room's going to look. We have a proscenium, which is very much like the drywall squared arches I showed you upstairs, going right here. And this proscenium, if you step on over here to this corner, this is where you saw me coming down, us coming down before with that doorway. Okay, so if we close the doorway, Now we're going to do that four-corner thing, okay? By the way, the electric box is over here. Before I do the four-corner thing, let's do the electric box thing. So the electric box thing is right here, and I'm not opening it up very well, I'm afraid, but there it is. Okay. All right, stand against that wall and take a look at what we have here. Really nice, comfortable conversation pit area. And let's stand in the other corner over there. All right. And I'll stand over here. As a matter of fact, you keep looking there, and I'll go way around the bar over here. And there we are. All the way around the bar over here. Now we're down in the basement, or the rec room. Let's go up a couple of levels. So we'll walk up the main staircase now, because you didn't get to walk down that before. You notice how we did a wood wall stair cap on top of this, so that we're not just repeating what we did upstairs, where we had that fancier wall on the stair going up. I'm going to lead you, and you folks follow right behind here. All right, going up the wall, going up the from the basement up to the first floor. Kind of get a feel of the room again. All right, there it is. Great to have that overcast happening. It's been raining here for quite a few days, so things are really greening up in middle of June. You stay there. I'm going to get some distance on you. All right, come on up. So there we go. This is a lower ceiling here. Sometimes you've seen us do the higher ceilings. Because this has a finished attic, that's not going to be very possible. All right. Lights burned out, I just noticed. Ooh, get that replaced. Beautiful alcove over here. Trying to make use of everything. I wish that light was on, but it's not. And but there we have a beautiful alcove. Little mini walls, half walls here. This bedroom configuration is 3 bedrooms on this floor. 3 bedrooms this time. So let's take a look in here. Oh, maybe the wall switch is off, or maybe the light must be burnt out then. All right, well, there you go. But this gives you some sort of an idea. We do these little blow-up beds just to give you an idea of size. This is a pretty good-sized bedroom. If you look at it from the 4 corners again, you'll notice that something we've done up here is we've taken this bedroom and we've used a doorless closet. The doorless closet here, if you take a look behind here, we'll let you come over that direction. Take a look right in there. Got a window that's going right into it. There's your doorless closet. That little step on the bottom here, this again is for the clearance of your headroom as you're coming up the stairs directly underneath here. If you see the shelving here, very much like in a theater where you have a doorless restroom, people walk around corners to still have privacy. That's what this room has. So you can spin around and get in that corner, because we try to do our 4 corners. Okay, there you go. It's like somebody's been using the bed here, pulled away from the wall. So it's a pretty big room. I would say this is 11 feet by 14 feet. But it's an odd-sized room, so therefore it's hard to say. I'm going to go in the last corner over here. Because we have a cutaway corner here. We have a TV area here, so you could put the TV up there. And we have a light in the middle of the room. Again, a lot of option things, not always there. We have the beautiful chrome hardware. But there's one thing in here, again, that is sort of an obvious thing that maybe you're not noticing, and that is that we're using white woodwork. We changed from using the dark in the basement to the medium, now to the light. So here we have the light white woodwork, white painted woodwork, white painted doors with the 3 panel on them, the 2 long panels and the 1 square panel up on top. We call it a craftsman or arts and crafts. We have the bathroom here. Here's a little cute subtlety. Let's see. We've got a lot of different colors you can pick for countertops. In this house, we picked white because a mini bathtub sink, love the bathtub sink, with a white counter, a white toilet, with a white door, with white woodwork, with a white area. Here, come on in here. This is a white bathtub, of course. rain shower head, rainfall shower head, so it comes right down over you. A little bit more of an upgrade type item there, but very nice. And we kind of picked the grays in the wall. You can see the gray over here. You can also see that we have over here from that angle how we have the horizontal facing handles, and the behind here, some of the pewter shelves kind of hides behind the door. So there you have it. Really nice kind of contemporary bathroom with some nice accoutrements to it, but not on the really high end. We're not doing granite and ceramic tile. That's still a vinyl type product on the floor there. Take a look at the other bedroom. We'll do the kids' bedrooms first, right? So this bedroom is sizable too. I'm going to go way in the corner again. Look at the size of this bedroom. I mean, it's huge. So this bedroom, go in this corner, go in that corner. We have an open closet hanging over here. So, and this is going underneath a unique staircase. So the staircase is giving us this sort of a fun area over here. If you want to check that out, you can check that out. It's just a short hanging area in there. You're going to have to duck to get in there unless you're a kid size. But nice fun play area here underneath the stairs. It's going up to our finished attic, 3rd level. Okay, so go from that side and get this other angle. And there you are. We have the receptacle outlet here and the cable up high on the wall for the TV again. And let's go into the master bedroom. I love doing things with master bedrooms that are different, that we haven't done before, that I haven't seen before. And in this one, we've done quite a few of those things. So come on in here and take a look at what we've got going. I'm really liking, I wish we had more furniture. Sometimes we can't decorate these houses as good as we'd like to, as well as we'd like to, because we're not in these homes that long. They sell fairly quick. So we just do enough to give you a suggestion. Notice how I designed this with this little mini inset. If you look at the floor, you can see how this wall here insets a little bit. This is designed to be your dresser mirror. So you have your dresser mirror with your hutch and your 6 drawers underneath here, your 6-foot-long dresser. Okay, and this is what you first see when you come up from the stairs. You see this wall. So if you leave your door open, you're not seeing into your bedroom. You're seeing into a morning area or a preparation area to get dressed. And this is, I think, just a great look with the white and the dark grays, etc. Come on in here a little bit, and you'll see that on this side we have some bathroom things, and I want you just to spin to the other side because I want you to see. You can go back by the door again. There you go. Spin to the other side. And I want you to see what you'd see if you looked right and see if you looked left. So if you look to your left, you'd see a sleeping area. If you look to your right where you're at, you would see a bathroom area. And this is sort of the heart of this master bedroom. You're separated. It is truly a suite because you have all these different areas. Let's go into this side here, but take a look at what we did here. We did an archway, a literal arch, not a square arch. An archway here. We did very much like what we did. The folks who were buying this home, it actually went through a couple of purchases. There was some family changes that went on that the first buyer didn't end up buying the second, but the first buyer, in case the second buyer is watching this, then they'll understand. The first buyer wanted to have a dining room look up here with all the inset panels, so we did that. Now this bed is placed a little close to this wall. I'm afraid I wasn't here when this bed was set up, but this should have been pushed way over because I like to have a lot of room in the bedroom when you walk in. But it's fine. It's fine. I can always push it over a little bit, can't I? A little bit there, and maybe a little bit there. Oh well, we'll get to it later. Here you have a spot here for your TV, but if you look all around her, this is about a 12, stand in that corner over there. Let's get all the 4 corners again. So a lot of space here, okay? You can see the archway where you came in. You can see the dark inset panels here. And the window, this window overlooks the, when you're coming over here, I'll trade places with you. This window overlooks the patio. So take a look at that. And then stand in that corner and look back. so that you get an appreciation of what this room is all about. Right at the foot of the bed, you have these double windows. So you're getting a view of the woods and of that beautiful backyard. And you've got the nice ceiling here with the inset panels. You have two arches, one arch there and one arch here. This is another doorless closet, okay? And it's just great. You can't see in, it gives you privacy, but yet it just looks so inviting. You don't have that door that you're always swinging back and forth. Over on this side, if you'd like to sit on this corner of that bed, I hope it doesn't fall on you, I hope it's set up right. You get an idea of what the bed would look like. You have to have a nice view, right? But you also like to have a TV. Some people do anyway. Some people don't. But TV would go on a swing arm here. That's why these are up here, so you could do it at an angle. You'd have a nice little swing arm TV there. You have the ceiling fan here, which is, I don't know, there we go. Oh, the fan isn't turned on. I'll turn that on right over here. And there we go. Get a little breeze in here. How's that feel? Feel good for you? All right. Well, come on around this way. Did we get all four corners? Did we get way in that corner over there? Let's get that corner. Can you turn around that way? Okay. Take a look back here. This is where we came in. We came in back here from the hallway, all right? So, there we are. I've got this thing turned down way too high. Better. Doorless closet. Let's go take a look. So here you have a little partition wall. You walk just kind of through there, and look at that. So much space here and so much space over here. So you have 10 feet space. But this is not a dead-end closet because you can walk right through it. So let's do that. Let's walk right through it. And you can see we have those are the shelves that have to be installed yet into this linen closet. So you have a little place to put your towels and things. And this area here, depending on how you want to do this, if you put a door bumper on this is set up for another dresser. So if you wanted to have your high boy dresser or your tall dresser, that wardrobe you sometimes find, then this door just wouldn't swing open all the way. But you would have your two dressers in this area. So let's get over here and just look back at this area. Okay, there you are. This is coming in, looking at it. You're standing one step into the bathroom. Now, I'm going to trade places with you. You could stand right about here and spin around. I want to show you something we've got going here that's just kind of interesting. We've got a window here. It's a room-to-room window, as I call it. It lets some of the daylight come through the room. So in that closet area, you would have daylight coming through on both sides of this opening, this side and the other one that came in from the master side. So this is an obscured glass, so you can't see through it. And take a look at what we've got going in here. Nice, pretty area. See how you can, again, it's a doorless, what I call it a resort bathroom, because most resorts don't have anything quite this nice. But take a look what we have here. We have this 8-foot long vanity with to get the water softener in here to get rid of some of that buildup. But here you have the towel bar. You have a nice window here. This is looking over the backyard. I'll let you get a view out there. I think it's very pretty. Take a look at how that looks out there. You're looking over the rooftop into the backyard. Look at those boulders. Wow, goodness, I want to put some landscaping together with those boulders. And then when you come in here, I've got another window. So we have windows, abundant windows going all through the home. And over here we have a 5-foot bathtub with a rain shower head again. Always a nice feature. We have an elongated bowl here. On other videos I've said this, but when we have white woodwork, a lot of times we like using the color of the cabinet on the shoe, that's this quarter round, because it saves a lot of wear and tear when you're wiping the floors down. You don't have the woodwork, the white woodwork getting all dirty, you see? So here's the inside of that obscured glass window, all right? And I'd like you to stand over there and just kind of get that view if you can. You always tend to get the cameraman in the mirror on these, I know, but there we go. So you get a view of how this all looks. All right, now we're going to go up to the 3rd floor. All right, 3rd floor is not decorated, but it is a nice thing to see because you don't see many third floors. We have it on a couple of other videos, and each one of them is done different. Sometimes we do our stairs over here, sometimes over there, sometimes over here. We've done it a lot of different ways. It's attic space that normally goes to waste unless you're going to do a cathedral. You notice we didn't have any cathedrals on this floor, and you didn't really miss them because I think we did some fun things with the ceiling and the master, etc. So come on over here. Let me show you what I have here. This is just a little bit of a privacy thing. If the owners wanted to, they could put some deadbolt locks on this, and because this could be another master bedroom suite or not. It could just be a nice play area. Very versatile area on these attics. And this one, we put a nice big window right at the top. So I wanted to make sure that if we had these French doors that had glass on them, that they did have glass on them, excuse me, so that the daylight could be brought into the hallway. I didn't want to have this inner hallway. If you had all these doors closed, we don't have a transom window over the master door as we do in the homes when we don't have the, we have the taller ceilings here. So this brings natural light into this area. So let's go up the stairs and see what wonders await. I'll go in front of you here. Whoops, that's already on. And my goodness, I love this house. All homes that we build tend to become like my kids. I don't know which one I love better sometimes, but they're all special. And this home, I built multi-million-dollar type homes, but this home is 325, whatever the number is at this time. Take a look at what we can see from here. As you're coming up, you're up higher than any of the other 2 stories in this establishment. That house across the street, that's a 2-story. And we're going around a corner. Before we do, let me show you this little area. I love nooks and crannies. I think that this is a great nook and cranny because it is an extra storage area. I can picture a ton of boxes in here. Could be shelves, of course, but just a lot of boxes and storage right here. And you can see how we had to use this, how we built this in, just any advantage we could get for a little extra storage. We're working with slanted roofs up in an attic, so you can see we have a slanted roof line here. But I'm 6'2", and I can stand with my shoulder right to here, and I'm not touching. Okay, over here we have 8 feet. Take a look over here. I'm always trying to use the area over the stairs for something. So here we have a place to sit. Okay, some wood on it, put some wood on the sides. Remember, this has to go up like this and like this to get headroom clearance down below. You're actually standing in what I call a dresser alcove or a piece of furniture of some kind. But if this was going to be used as a bedroom, here, we'll just change places here if you can go over here. This would be the dresser alcove, okay? And you can kind of see that you could put a 44-inch type area. Most dressers 42-inch or 36. So you can put a dresser right here off to the side, even with this closet area. And you can see how this looks from here now. Take a peek. Take a look at those those 2 windows. That big one is a big picture window with no grids, doesn't open. This one opens. We can get air going through here. But where's the 3rd window? Remember when we were down at the patio, we looked up and we saw those windows way at the top? Well, those are 2 of them. The 3rd window is this way. And this is a walk-in closet. And boy, is it ever a walk-in closet. You've got the patio way down below. I'm going to allow you to walk right over to it and take a look at that because it just gives you a sense of where you're at and how tall you are. Look up at the trees over there, how tall you are up in the air when you're up in this 3rd floor. So if you have a good view to see or want to look across a lake over another home because you want to get a view of the lake and you're building yours across the street from the lake, we can do these things, which we're doing right now, some wonderful versions of this third floor or attic space. So here you have it. There's supposed to be a door here that hasn't made it in yet. We have a pretty nice bathroom for a 3rd floor attic area. Full 8 foot of headroom practically, but you can see how it comes down a little bit here, and this is a normal tub shower module, rather, not tub, but a shower module, fiberglass, and how we figured this out so that it wasn't going to go into our angled area. And we did a traditional toilet here. We have a couple of nice drawers on here. We're using this dark espresso type color here. And take a look from all angles as to what we have here. We used another room-to-room window over here. So this room-to-room window, again, will bring in the daylight from over the stairs. Remember that big window, the big picture window I pointed out? Well, that's 10 feet further over this way. But if I turned off the lights in this area still feels very light because we're bringing that daylight into the middle of the house through a room-to-room window. All right, let's go into the final area here. So I want you to stand way back by the stairs there and go right down the stairs if you can walk backwards without falling. Very good. All right. Now you get an idea of length and size. So you can come way at me over here. This gives you the idea of how big this room is. And this room is really a nice size. And it's just such a welcoming view. Stop right there. When you're in that corner, because we'll do the four corners, take a look at what this wall looks like. I'm so grateful again for that overcast sky because I've taken pictures of this room and it blinds you. It's so bright in here. And that's a good thing. If you're living in the house, you want a bright room. Look at the trees. You're up living in the trees. You're actually up as tall as some of these very big trees back here. And for safety's sake, in a third floor type product, residence design, you want to be able to get out for a fire. So in this case, we've designed these windows right over the garage roof. Okay, closer and take a look how you've got the garage roof right here, and we could get right out. This window's a picture window, so it doesn't open again, but what a beautiful view the picture windows give us. And in here, I can feel that breeze outside. Beautiful. You can see the trees blowing around. It's going to rain again today. Look at that backyard, how big it is. You know, one of the things that we had when we were trying to sell this house early on was people would come and it's hard to imagine homes when they're not done. People would tell us, well, you know, the problem with this house is that I don't think the backyard is quite big enough. Wow, this is one of the bigger backyards we've ever had, but we had piles of dirt back there, so you can't blame them for not really seeing that. Let's go in that corner over there next. This is an interesting area. It's a wet bar because we're 3 floors up. Who wants to go all the way down there to get a drink, right? So we've got a spot under here for a refrigerator. A little tip to the new owners. This is carpet in this area. You might want to get one of those rug protectors you get for an office where you cut them and you cut it out of plastic and just place it right down here because it gives you great protection if you spilled something, all right? Little storage area here, always nice. And up here, I've got this mirror kind of covering it. I'll get this out of the way. We have a couple of outlets, so you could make some coffee. This one I put up here special. So if you wanted to install a shelf ever down the road, we didn't put in a shelf, but if you wanted to put a shelf in here, you could put a small microwave up here, and I just think that'd be a really wonderful thing. So we have it all set up for that. And spot for refrigerator, spot for a microwave, spot for a sink. This room is about 13 feet by 13 feet or so in this area. And you can see how we've done again, we're doing the four corners thing, so we'll get you over there by the wet bar. And I'll come over here. You notice another thing we did. We knew that every room you enter into, we try to get a focal point. A perfect thing to, walking up those stairs, you see those picture windows, that's a focal point. You're walking in here, you're walking into the master bedroom, you're seeing that wall, it's a focal point. You're walking up those stairs, you're seeing this wall, this is a focal point. Notice how we painted this a different color, maybe you can notice. This is all sort of this off-white, and this is that taupe color we talked about. So it gives you this nice pop of a focal point. We also have in this one, a TV area up here with the outlets up high. So if you wanted to, and this is something we're not seeing in houses very often anymore, but a phone outlet, we're still using phone outlets in a lot of spots. So if you wanted to put a bed on this wall, you could be watching the TV on that wall. You want to put some sofas up here, use this for a get-together area. The kids will never come out of this area. Believe me, this can be all the noise you want, biggest screen for video games you'd ever want to see up on this wall. And heck, I've even thought about building a deck out over here at one point. Thought we could put a deck out over here and make it staring to the backyard, take the picture window in the middle and make that a door. So many things you can do, only limited by imagination and, of course, by your budget. Well, I'm Tom Hignite, and this has been another Gorilla Video Tour, and I certainly appreciate you hanging around, and we'll see you out at the models this weekend. Until next time.